Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's
go.
Live with the Revival.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets. Spee if you nasty now.
Let's fucking go.
And I'm here with my brother, El Jefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a. yes, I'm going to say it because it's a special day. Damn it, Daniel. And shout out to you. Yes, you, the revivalists in the chat, please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. And don't forget, man, New York Revival is brought to you by Underdog. That's right, guys. Underdog Fantasy. If you use promo code REVIVAL, they will match your deposit up to half, up to $250. That's right. Use promo code REVIVAL. They'll match your deposit by half, up to $250. But, guys,
what are we doing here?
How do we get here?
It's a special night. Special night.
Listen, man. I don't think this guy needs any introduction. I think people are probably like, how? Like, how did it get to this point? Well, Daniel Jones has been playing well, right? And we are New York Revival. We share our platform with everyone, whether you're a pro DJ or you hate DJ or you're just in the middle like us. But we had to bring the guy, the long reigning YouTube channel and Giants content creating history here. We got our guy, your guy, Cop motherfucking Pizzle. Round of applause, people. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Round of applause.
Thank you,
Cop. I might as well say this now, man. I didn't think this day was gonna come, and I'll say you're still a bitch. You're still a bitch.
Hey,
but we love you.
Hey, look at us. Who would have thought?
Not
Look
me.
at us.
Not
me. Look at us.
Not me.
What's up, Cop?
What's up, Cop?
New glasses look cute on you guys. Everybody's wearing sunglasses tonight, huh?
Gotta get our
This is how the pros do it.
We all look like we're playing poker tonight.
Let's see who's gonna call who's bluff here tonight.
Yeah, who's got what tonight?
I love me some poker.
But I think people want to know. Let's get right to it, man, because I think people want to know, how did it get to this point, man? Cop Pizzle went from giving us hell to now about to probably give us hell on our own stream here. How did it get to this point, Cop? What's going on? How'd you get here?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you guys having me tonight. Not everybody would wants to dance with Cop Pizzle. It's a 60-minute thing, and that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing for most people to do. But nevertheless, I appreciate you guys for the invitation. I gladly accept it. And look, here's the deal. I get a bad rap sometimes about, I tell people say that I tell people how to fan. I really don't feel like I do that. I have my opinion, I have my way of thinking, and you guys have your way of thinking. And it's somewhere, there's a gray area. To me, there's a black and white, but there's a gray area. But nevertheless, I've been very disappointed in some of the things you guys have done and said. And of course, I've made myself crystal clear on some of these things. And I'm gonna tell you, listen, there's two things you guys did this year alone that just ate me up. I gotta be honest.
If you bring up the mock draft, I'm gonna flip out. Go ahead.
Oh, it's number fucking one. I'm bringing up. Absolutely, absolutely. It's number one, Jeff. It's number one. You guys do a mock draft. Okay, that's cool. Cool idea. No, I don't even hate it. Let's bring some content creators on here, and y'all get to the point of, all right, it's the Giants pick, which y'all three are gonna do that. Okay, it's cool. I get it. It's y'all's little platform, y'all's little show, and y'all pick Drake May. But what's crazy about it is It ain't the fact you picked Drake May. It's the fact that all three of you are grinning from ear to ear about excitement of picking Drake damn May. For what?
He felt
For what? We got Daniel Jones. That's good enough. That's good enough.
I don't think you watched the entire show, Cop.
No, I did. Eli.
So you know it's a mock draft. He fell to us. So it was only the right
Eli,
thing
listen
to do.
me. Listen to me, Eli. You know who you remind me of? You remind me of Bruce Springsteen. Y'all look alike, too. Y'all look alike. And the reason I say that is because after the Vikings playoff game, Eli, and I'm giving you a compliment here. After the Vikings playoff game, you said Daniel Jones is our guy. That's what you tweeted it. You got the tweet. You said, and I thought on that day, I said, I am so damn proud of Eli Rax. I'm proud of it. Matter of fact, I might have even liked it. Because I said, look at him making that great tweet. And then all of a sudden, last year happens, and you flip. And the reason why I say it's like Bruce Springsteen is you listen to a Bruce Springsteen song, he's like, I love Jersey. I love Jersey. His next song is, I got to get out of Jersey. That's his whole thing. And I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing? He like 1 minute you in and now you out. I don't get that. The man got hurt in 2023. When people want to talk about Daniel, how come they don't talk about 2022 when he beat Lamar Jackson, when he beat Aaron Rodgers? He beat really talented quarterbacks. Nobody wants to bring that up. They just want to talk about 2023. The second thing you guys did, and I know y'all responsible for this too. This one really bumped. This one really, y'all might as well put a tattoo on my ass when y'all did this. One of y'all, I don't know which one, you went to training camp and you watched Daniel make one little bad pass and you tweeted that shit. Which one of y'all did that? Was that you, Hefe? That was you. And that damn thing went viral.
It did.
What kind of fan are you, Jeff?
But
why would you do that to our boy? That's our guy. That's our horse. Why would you do that?
In fairness, do you remember the caption? Do you remember the caption?
No. I don't. The caption don't matter, Jeff.
I said don't watch this. Okay, I said that.
And I to tell y'all,
a lot of people liked it, shared it. They did the opposite of what I said.
It went viral.
It was one bad rep, which I even followed up on and talked about it on the next show. I'm like, wow, like the overreaction to camp every year is wild, both good and bad. Like Darren Waller, the year before, I was using the word unguardable. You should have seen this guy at camp. He was a man amongst boys. I'm like, we got a guy here. The guy was getting targeted 7 out of 8 times in red zone drills. I'm like, this guy is going to be a fucking monster. And I banged the table and I look like a fucking idiot for doing that. It didn't pan out. So if there was a rep that I happened to record, I put it out there. It's up to people how they perceive it. It was one rep in practice. And I think it was the first day. I think it was the first day of practice.
I think it was.
So what are you, why are you being critical of him?
Yeah.
I said, don't watch.
You know what it sounds like to me? You know, it sounds a little fair weatherish is what it sounds like to me.
Oh, okay.
It's what it sounds like, because when it's going good, you say, oh, that's my guy. I love that. But when it goes a little south, you like, nah, I'm out. Like what?
Okay, I'll explain. The difference is we call it as we see it. If Daniel Jones plays well, I have no problem saying he plays well. And the opposite is true too. If he plays like shit, I'm going to say it. I don't have one opinion and I don't change forever like yourself.
Listen to me.
Wait, I don't change.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying. You never.
If you had to rank all of his seasons as positive or negative, how many would you say have been positive over the 5 years?
Okay.
Out of 5.
In saying that, and I think the biggest problem that Daniel has is he can't stay healthy. That's his biggest problem.
That's a huge problem.
Which I would love to talk about the Hard Knocks thing with y'all. But with that being said, when Daniel Jones has played relatively a full season, they went to the playoffs. When he got hurt, which is majority of his time, the seasons went to shit. It's happened numerous times. How you can't understand that? I don't get. Like I don't get that. I don't understand how when that man is stayed healthy.
Yeah, but he played a lot of the games when he got healthy. When he got injured most of the time, it was just the one that last year was the only year that he missed most of the season. Right? Can we agree on that?
I mean, if that's what you he damn near. That's the thing is last year was a small sample size. Like it wasn't even
I hear you.
Wasn't even a big sample size.
I'll even give you that the fact that he didn't have AT, he didn't have Saquon. I get it. Listen, but the when it comes down to it, injury is a massive thing, and it's something that Eli Manning never got enough credit for. Staying in every single motherfucking game, giving us 100%. A chance every week, and when you don't give us a chance every week because you can't fucking finish the season, that's a huge fucking black mark for me, man. That's
100%.
So
I agree with that. That to me is what all of us Giant fans should rally around, is the fact that can he stay healthy? That's it. Other than that, I think his play on the field, first of all, quarterback play in the National Football League, the totality of it is not really all that great. I mean, there's some guys that are really good, but I don't even want to throw you guys under the bus on the fact of the contract thing. Everyone loves to bring up Daniel's contract. Daniel's contract ain't that bad compared to some. It really ain't. Deshaun Watson's contract that we just played is miserable. That's miserable.
Okay.
That's terrible. Like, come on. Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, why do y'all always look at the negative of Daniel Jones? Like, I don't get that. Like, where you can look at the positive too. Like that throw that he made. Okay, Malik Neighbors, for example, this past weekend, the catch that Malik Neighbors made in the corner was a sensational catch, right? Awesome. I mean, I would say that the way he got his feet down was even more impressive other than the catch. But Daniel stood in the pocket and threw that where only Malik could catch it and took a monster hit. How could we as fans not say, damn, that's our dude, man. That's our guy. How can we not support that kind of?
Do you mind if I take this?
Yeah,
100%. I'm here.
Daniel Jones has moments, right, where you're like, that's my fucking guy. When it was, I think it was in 2022, he had a rushing touchdown and he was flipping the fuck out with emotion. And I'm like, that's my quarterback.
That was the Jaguars game.
And I'm like, but he just has moments. And then it's sprinkled in with bad losses and bad play. And just this past week, he finally strung together 2 games with multiple passing touchdowns. Like, he went way too long. He just has moments. And if he was that dude, if he was the Minnesota quarterback on the road, where you could easily say Daniel Jones won that game on the road in the playoffs in his contract year. Good for him. He won that game. The game plan was Daniel Jones. I have no doubt, no hesitation saying that. If he was that guy most of the time, there wouldn't even be a debate. There wouldn't be a question. He was confident. He was decisive. He was running all over the place. He was phenomenal. But he's just not that dude all the time. Like, I want to see that dude on Thursday night against Dallas. I want to see him beat Dallas.
Is the team that all the time, though?
Yeah, but when he's good, it's Daniel.
You pay the CEO to be the best guy out there, the smartest dude out there, the best, and he's paid like a CEO. And when shit goes wrong, the CEO always takes the fall. When shit goes right, the CEO is should always get the credit. And, it's unfortunately, this is the business that we're in, Cop. You have to know this, man. It is.
No, I'm saying, that's okay.
Who is he elevated? Who is he elevated?
That's crazy. That's crazy how you just say it like that. I mean, that's just. But the point of we're all fans, right? All 4 of us are fans, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm assuming. Okay, I would think it's our job as fans to pick the man up when he's down. When he's down, it's our job to rally him. I don't want to go into hard knocks this thing yet, but John Mara, obviously, when you watch clips of him, this man is worried about what the fan base thinks. He is concerned about the fan base. He is concerned about people coming to the stadium, buying the Coke or buying the Pepsis. He thinks about the fan base. I mean, look at what all these little gifts he's given to the fan base this year for the 100. I mean, he's given all these little gifts, right? The season ticket. Yeah, that's great. He's thinking about. So the fan base is going to get to dictate a lot of times what happens to this team, whether we want to admit that or not. If we sit here and say, get Daniel the hell out of here, he's going to make that move. And I don't think that that's fair for us to even do that when it's not even justified, in my opinion. To me, we should recognize the fact that Daniel has the tools to be successful, and we need the team around him. We finally just given this man, after 6 years, which, by the way, you guys and a lot of others like to remind me about how many years it's been. Like, I ain't been sitting here watching the same damn every year. We finally just gave this man a number 1 receiver. Am I right or am I wrong or am I right?
No,
That's not
Absolutely
debatable.
right.
How is that? How is it? How are we as a fan base not pissed off about that? Like we just now gave him a number one receiver. Joe Burrow gets to have Jamar Chase. I mean, come on. Like when Josh Allen at one time got to have Stephon Diggs. He got some new guys now. Pat Mahomes, he gets to have Kelsey. They all get dudes. Like they all do. Every one of them. Most of them, I'm pretty much do. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody wants a list that ain't got no dudes, but hell, Caleb Williams comes in and they surround that man with talent right out of the jump. Daniel Jones ain't been never given nothing, hardly at all. Now, you want to talk about Saquon? That's a different thing. But in the process, we definitely haven't given that man an offensive line in the totality of his career. Is that fair to say?
That is fair. But at the same time, when we get pissed off and we talk shit to the owner or the GM and stuff like that, it is that too. It's not Daniel Jones has not been the only problem. The O-line last year was historically bad. So a lot of people did a bad job of piecing that O-line together. So when we flip out, we yell, you're saying, shouldn't we pick them up? Like, are we supposed to just support, the product that they've been putting on the field no matter what, and don't get pissed and don't demand better?
That's not what I mean. No, what I'm saying is, I think you should identify who are the real good players on the team, and realize who are probably not who are not really good at all. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like figure out who's good, who's not good. Right. I honestly think that there is something inherently broken, deeply wrong with the Giants that goes beyond just players. That's what I believe. I don't believe our team has an identity. I don't believe our team has any type of, when you watch, for example, the Detroit Lions, right? What's their identity? Grit, right? They're tough. They're, smash mouth or whatever. Steelers, I would argue Steelers have got a little bit that right now, right? Grit, just toughness. The Chiefs, it's kind of got this little, flashy Andy Reid, fast guy, fast play. I mean, like speed. A Miami Dolphins, speed, right? We don't have an identity. Like, what is our identity as a franchise? What is it? You tell. Like, that's what I'm saying. There is nothing that our players can surround themselves with and say, this is what we identify as. That's one of the things I think is what's wrong. Not the damn quarterback.
That's a huge problem. I was going to let Eli
think about this
because we've just been
No, listen, man. I'm sitting back and I'm actually listening to all of this stuff here. I'm taking it all in. Cop, continue to do your thing. But before we do that, I just want to wait. Hold on, before we do that, let's get to the super chats because, of course, we got some people in here that support Cop Pizzle, whatever the case is. But I just want to also challenge your subscribers here. That if you guys are 60-minute men, we're gonna give away a Daniel Jones jersey tonight. That's autographed by him.
Yeah.
So if you guys are really
don't say Pizzle ain't good for business.
I'm just saying, if you guys want to show your support in Daniel Jones, higher super chat, we'll get that mailed to them tonight. So
in full transparency, I've been wearing it in sketches. I've taken relatively good care of it, but it is
you got the Hefe scent on it as well as the autograph. So I mean,
I don't know if it's probably doesn't help its value. I just want to be honest with you guys.
Exactly. So if you guys really love Daniel Jones, do your thing. But let's get to some super chats, Hef.
Holy shit, a super chat.
Who's better than Big Dash kicking things off here for us? I mean, he sent this just to say, let's get the super chats going. I respect that. Thank you, Dash. We love you, pal.
I mean, what, this guy's the best.
Okay, we have Pizzle. You're going to like this one, I think. Serious question. Why do you call yourself Co-Pizzle? The way he wrote that. Pizzle means bull's penis.
Yeah, it does.
This needs to be explained in less than 6 years, please. Wow, there's a lot of layers up to that.
There's a lot to unpack there.
I'll let you run with.
Do I really need to answer it?
Yes, please.
I think we.
I got that. I was given that name in high school, and it's just a play on my last name.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with
bull's penis.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with bull's penis. It has nothing. But somebody did say that to me one time in a like many years ago, and I actually Googled and I was like, holy shit, it actually is a bull. That's a true story.
But even if you Googled it before you made it your character or whatever,
somebody
you would have been like bull's
many,
penis. Nice. Let's do it.
I mean, like some people like, they'll say stuff to you in comments, but like I've had some I had somebody one time say, did you know you have, like web hands? And I was like, shit, what's that? Like, so they were insinuating that I have, incest in my DNA. And so like, I was like looking at my hands. And I was like, oh shit, I got web, so, but of course I don't, but like that's what people do sometimes.
Do you mind showing your hands?
You look though. You look
for the record.
Yeah,
okay.
All right, there you go.
We're good. We're good.
Bill Hartnett, revivalist of the month. Bill Hartnett. Hit the thumbs up.
Let's go.
Boost the algo. He doesn't have time to write out algorithm. Boost that algo. Thank you, Bill
Boost
Hartnett.
that algo, baby.
What's this? We got one more here. To me, great QB elevates people around him. Jones, to me, at best, game manager.
Yeah, man, get your opinion on that, Cop, man.
Yeah, who would you say he's elevated at this point? Who in his career?
Do you think Daniel Jones is a game manager or an elite top 5 quarterback?
No, I just think that has a chance to be a really good quarterback. First of all, you guys,
where would you rank him if he's, let's say he has everything around him, offensive line, Malik Neighbors as well. They got another receiver. Where would you rank him as far as?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is probably going to blow the roof off the place, but I think he would do the same shit that Jalen Hurts is doing in Philly if he was on the Eagles. That's how I believe. If you gave this man AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, that offensive line, and when I'm not even talking about what they got now, I'm talking about when they had Swift. Matter of fact, when they went to the Super Bowl.
That year,
when they went to
their roster,
you take Jalen Hurts out and put Daniel Jones in. I think Daniel does the same damn thing Jalen Hurts. Now, maybe not the tush push thing, but I still feel like he would be comparable in that offense if he's been given that. That's what I believe. Whether it's right or wrong is what I think. Let me just say this real fast. I feel like you guys are older guys, like. No knocking you.
We've been through some more.
I feel like
I've seen some things. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like the older generation has a responsibility because there's a lot of young cats, out there. And I feel like if you're 22 years old, I feel for you because you haven't got to see a lot of good Giants football. Like I get it. Like I understand. But us old cats, like damn it, man. Like I watched Danny Cannell, Kent Graham, Dave Brown. I watched Jesse Palmer play quarterback. I love Kerry Collins. I watched Phil Simms. I watched Jeff Haas. Daniel is not as bad as those guys. And I'm not saying we should, but I'm saying Giants quarterback play has been far worse than Daniel Jones, in my opinion. Far worse. Now, some of those teams were a little bit better and there was really bad quarterback play, but it blows my mind that people don't at all look at our history and where we've been as quarterback. We got extremely lucky with Eli Manning. We just did.
Let's not besmirch Kerry Collins.
I love Kerry Collins.
Like the Dave Brown, Kent Graham.
Listen, Kerry Collins. I would argue Kerry Collins is one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time. His stats are nuts, and I loved Kerry Collins' story when he came to the Giants. He had a rough start to his NFL career. He's a damn drunk, but he came to New York and he settled down and him and Fossil together and Sean Payton were sensational together. That that game against the NFC Championship game against the Vikings in 2000. Yeah. That's to me the most perfect Giants game of all time.
Imagine an NFC fucking championship putting a fucking beating down like that in that
dude.
Kind of
game. That was peak Giant Stadium. The field looked sensational. It was like it just had the look and go back and watch that game and look at the fan base.
Oh yeah,
I mean it's a rowdy crowd that looks like the ground is shaking. Where the hell is that now? Where is that? Where is that went?
The first year of MetLife, the Giants happened to go on and win a Super Bowl. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm sure people would be cursing MetLife forever. But when we beat Atlanta at home, I was at that game. It was the easily one of the best days of my life. But the energy in that stadium when we were running the ball in the fourth quarter and they knew we were running and they couldn't stop it. And fans, the atmosphere during commercial breaks was a fucking party. The fans were going so fucking nuts. Like it's still there. It's just a sleeping giant at this point, or a pissed off giant, or something, because it's all still there. And it is like that fan base will come alive. Almost like if you follow the NBA at all, the Knicks fan base, you know that they were just crazies, just sleeping for 20 years, and now all of a sudden they're out again. The Giants need to get back there. Yeah.
Let me talk about and I do follow the NBA, and I think the NBA is better when the Knicks are good.
Definitely.
Mhm.
But New York fans, y'all kill me because y'all always have to give somebody a damn nickname. And I don't understand that. Like y'all, Jeremy, y'all have to have Lynn Sanity. That man that was ridiculous. You have to give Danny Dimes. You have to give him a name. Like
Lynn Sanity is like the same exact thing as Tommy DeVito. Like the media just grabs it and runs with it and tries to make it into something it's not.
But what's a media thing, bro? It's a media thing.
But why? Like I don't
need a
like
story.
You just put like this crazy pressure on these dudes for no reason whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly, like seriously, I don't really like the Yankees. I don't like the Mets, but it is more fun when those teams are in the playoffs. But there is so much pressure put on those teams. They fail because of that pressure, in my opinion.
Well, lately, New York has had zero success since the Giants 2012. That's 2000.
I think the media has something to do with that.
Yeah, but New York media has always been the same shit. And we won champion after championship.
But why do you accept it? Why do you call into these sports talk shows and just say the most ridiculous things and allow that to be pumped out? It's like
because we're angry. We're angry, bro.
Don't be so angry. You got everything. You got 100 damn teams to root for. You got a million championships,
and they all suck. But besides baseball, but they all were terrible at some.
Yeah, but they got great Yankees, fantastic history. Giants football, mostly fantastic history. Knicks basketball is great history.
You keep saying history.
Nah, we want
Boston's.
I'm just saying, like it's these are. Okay, I understand that, but like, imagine if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you went to 4 Super Bowls and lost all of them in a row. You have no hit, you have nothing. You have literally nothing.
Listen, I'm happy about the hardware, but I just don't want to wait every 10, 20 years to get that hardware. You get what I'm saying at this point? I just know what Giants, especially after seeing the glory days of the Eli Manning bringing home 2 Super Bowls. Like, we want to see that again in our lifetime.
And by the way, one of the reasons why I joined YouTube was because they were getting, and I'm not accusing you guys of it because I didn't see you guys do it. They started to run Eli out of town. They started to do that. They were starting to tell Eli to get the hell out, if you remember.
Well, we almost ran them out of town before 2007.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, in matter of fact, matter of fact, he had that in week 6 of 2007. He had
Minnesota?
It was Atlanta.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about
it was Atlanta Monday Night Football game. No, but the Minnesota game, he threw three INTs in that season. Remember, also that season they lost to the Redskins. Todd Collins was the quarterback. Like, was a terrible loss. Yeah. But my point, but my point being is they started to run Eli out of town, and Eli right now, as it sits, is probably the greatest quarterback in Giants history.
Yeah,
hands down.
Agreed. But they did that to Sims too. Sims was on his last leg before he started winning. Here's the thing.
I think it's going back to the New York media.
But you're going right back to my point, Shapiro.
I know, but you need to start winning.
Shapiro.
Shapiro is wow. You have a new name, bro.
First of all,
I like that one.
Where's the SH come from? I don't know. But anyway, let me say this. Those guys earned our loyalty, and they won us over by winning. And that's what I don't get about Daniel Jones. What has he done?
He did, though. He did. Loyalty? He did. He did in 20. He won a playoff game in Minnesota. He did. Eli literally made the tweet.
But that was it. Like,
Eli.
The glory day of DJ right now was that Viking game. Everything else has been a disaster.
Am I right? More than that, bro.
We got to see a little bit more. Like, you just got finished talking about Eli Manning, how he set the tone and coming into, like, at least Eli was going to the playoffs the first few years he was here. Daniel Jones
and by the way,
like a couple years ago. So
and by the way,
on something like that.
Eli Manning is probably top 5 favorite Giants players of all time for me. I love Eli Manning. I'll die on a hill for Eli. Eli's game got taken to another level when Mr. Plaxico showed up. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, Plaxico, I don't know, gets enough credit for when he showed up, Eli took his game to another level. So, in my opinion, here comes Malik Neighbors, who, I got guys already saying, what's his name? Baldy said that he thinks that he's already the greatest receiver in Giants history. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, slow your roll down. Plaxico's still that dog. But y'all do think Plaxico is the best receiver, right?
Well,
you gonna say
you still got Toomer. I mean, you can say some.
You ain't gonna say OBJ, are you?
No, but you still got Armani.
I mean, OBJ.
Argument, right?
I love Armani. Well, but come on, Plaxico.
Like, Armani's the longest tenured wide receiver we had, right? He has records, right? Like, isn't he in the ring?
Are you talking about
I'm telling y'all sleeping on Plaxico. You're sleeping on Plaxico.
Listen, Plax.
I'm just sleeping on Plaxico.
Plax was here, but Plax had a short stay with us at the end.
Yeah, and he was that good. And then he shot himself in the leg.
Not Armani Toomer. You smoking? Not
Armani Toomer. Armani Toomer to me was my Darius Slayton.
I think it's more of a matter of like who's your favorite instead of like who's. No, I mean like I think like
then I get it.
Then that's fine.
About Giants history, right?
But I think there's too many guys that like we don't have that Randy Moss.
Whatever the case. Whatever. My point being is Malik. Okay, now Daniel has got his guy. Okay, Plaxico was Eli's guy. At least what got him over the hump. And then obviously Hakeem Nicks followed that and stayed his guy, and Victor Cruz and whatnot, whatever. But my point being is now Daniel has got his guy, Malik. Maybe he can. And I would love Saquon to be here. Like that would be kind of cool now if they had Saquon, Daniel, and Malik. That would have been. But it didn't work out, right? It didn't happen. I'm not mad at Saquon. I'm not saying anything bad about Saquon. Giants did what they had to do, but my point being is like now we finally have given this man after 6 years his Plaxico. Finally, Kenny Golladay wasn't that. Darren Waller clearly that man was. I mean, I don't know what to say about Darren Waller, but nevertheless,
take your time out and heal. I'll play the song if you want.
They finally gave this man his Plaxico. Let him work. Like I saw some of these geeks out here.
So go out and beat Dallas then. Go out and beat Dallas.
Let's go do it.
Go do it.
But let's show up to the stadium. Let's show up to the stadium and let's don't boo this man if they have to punt the first drive. Let's say, hey, let's give him 60 minutes here to beat Dallas. You're right. We need to beat Dallas. We need to keep it. I agree with you on that. Matter of fact, I think one of the biggest letdowns of all last season was the fact that they got waxed 40-0 right out of the gate last year. And I honestly think that even though we got beat by Philly in that playoff game, that's what started this new trend of hate on Danny again because they got waxed 40-0. Now, I would argue that when you lose your left tackle, Andrew Thomas, that should be considered in your opinion of Daniel Jones. We need Andrew Thomas out there protecting Daniel Jones. He needs his guy to protect him. I'm sorry. But that's what I'm saying. Like when he's having a bad game against the Niners or Seattle, and he ain't got his guy out there, and we throwing in Paris Campbell. Like, why are we not using context into what's going on?
No, I feel. But listen,
hold on. Before we respond, let's save that thought, guys. We got to catch up on the super chat here. Now, guys, I want to challenge all the 60-minute Cop Pizzle subscribers here. You got to autograph Daniel Jones jersey to the highest super chat. What the hell are you guys doing? You guys are not Daniel Jones supporters at all. It holds no value for us. We doing this for y'all. Go ahead and get in that super chat, man, and we'll give it to one of y'all to the highest super chat.
Nobody said that all of my supporters were.
Let's go. Nobody
said that all my supporters were Daniel Jones lovers. Okay, we don't just
how
sit
is
over
that
here.
possible?
We don't just sit over at my channel and just drink Daniel Jones Kool-Aid all day.
You jerk off to Daniel Jones highlights.
There's something.
You're drinking something of Daniel Jones. It ain't Kool-Aid. All right? Let's get to the super chat.
Okay, but I feel like I'm being. Damn it, man! That ain't funny.
I got you today. Before we get back, let's get to the super chats and we'll get back to Cop and let him catch his breath a little bit.
Weekly Precious.
We love you.
The
best.
Shout out.
We love you, Precious. So we got to run through these kind of quick because we want to catch up.
Yeah.
What is an $5? Someone smarter than me tell me what that means.
A $5 bill.
A $5 donation.
I think that's
DJ's
Australian money.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Hey, Reggie.
let's hope you
tell us what
two
your
can.
thoughts.
I'm
convert that.
international. I'm international.
Hey, man.
I think we've gotten pounds before. Been a DJ
Okay.
supporter since day one. Feels good to get the dub. Also feels good to have
That's
a
so good.
stud wide receiver. I agree with Pizzle on
agree,
all
Reggie.
points. Go Giants.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
Reggie.
Okay, Reggie.
All right, mate.
He's drinking that DJ juice too. Let's keep rolling here.
Yummy.
60 minutes.
Yeah.
Not the Wick. Do you recognize these names? These are your people.
Oh,
right?
Nick, listen, Nick right there. If I ever go into a fight with anybody, I'm bringing Nick with me. That man is
All right.
We're bringing Two-Tail. We're bringing
yeah,
Two-Tail.
bring
We're
Nick.
bringing
Nick is a
Two-Tail.
We got
monster.
Does Two-Tail
We got
join your
Two-Tail.
channel? Cop.
I don't know.
You don't know Two-Tail?
No, you would know. You would know
Oh, yeah,
Two-Tail.
you know
if you see
Two-Tail.
that.
I think I actually heard that. I have heard that.
He's all over. All right, let's keep going here. Mason Jones better than Sims. Collins, what the fuck? Stop the damn lies, man.
Did you say that? Did you actually say that? Did you say that? Could you say that?
I honestly don't remember him saying that. He can clarify.
Did you
for
say
us.
that? Cop, do you think he's better than?
Is he
I
pretending
don't
to be
want. I
from?
don't
He's
like.
pretending to be from.
Listen. I love Gary Collins. I don't want to throw that my man under the bus. Like it was sensational, but I will say this, and I say this with simple. I mean, I think Daniel Jones has more tools in the bag than any Giants quarterback we've ever had.
Wow.
We've never had a quarterback. We've never had a quarterback in our history run the way Daniel runs. He can make all of the throws, every one of them. Now, a lot of y'all like to say, well, he can't do progressions and he can't. Okay, we're going to sit here and act
Whatever
like
they selling in Tennessee, I need that.
No. We're going to act like a man that has a Duke University a degree isn't a smart man. We're going to act like he's not smart.
He's smart.
You know how hard it is to get into Duke?
Smart. Yeah, but he's not football smart, man.
Okay.
It's different, bro.
How do you know? How do you know?
I just want to make this clear.
I know some dumb.
This is great.
Dumb
this is great.
motherfuckers. I know some dumb motherfuckers, and they are football smart though. Like Neighbors is football smart. Like you could throw anything on that guy's playbook, and he will digest it in 1 second, and he will go because he's football smart. They call I was not the most athletically gifted basketball player, but I was basketball smart. I knew where to be on the court. I knew where how the offense ran. There's a difference between being smart on the fucking books and then when you're playing the fucking game. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, now let me throw this tidbit.
Go for it.
Because you must be watching the all 22. You must be really focusing. How do you know that Daniel, who looks like a kind of guy that would listen to his coach, how do you know for sure that Daniel doesn't just do what his coach asks him to do? How do you know? How do you not know that? When he has one, if he stares down a receiver, as most people say, or he's looking at only one read, how do you know that Dable said, hey, I want this ball to go here? How do you know that? Are you 100% sure that he isn't coached a certain way? I'm just curious. I'm asking.
Now he's coached a certain way
because the man he hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions over the last few years. He has not. Let's be honest. 2022, he threw 5 interceptions.
The offense for him at this point.
That's
when Jason Garrett came into the league. Jason Garrett has the Ariel Coryell or whatever the hell offense.
Yeah. By the way, y'all thought Jason Garrett was terrible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we don't cut Daniel Jones any slack for that.
I think he and Judge ruined Jones. I think they had a huge hand in taking away his aggressiveness.
Before we move the goalpost here, hold up. Hold up for a second.
There's so much to talk about.
There's so much.
Daniel Jones just couldn't read the other options. Listen, you could talk about the offensive line, but when he had time, the Jason Garrett offense allows you to pick the receiver that you feel is working on that particular route or that particular play. He couldn't go through the other progressions and make that throw. It was always the one stare down. We've seen this on film. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Am I bugging?
I'm sorry. But again, okay. If that was true, and if that is the case, where is the playmaker that he's throwing the ball to? Who is the playmaker?
That we can agree with.
Who is the playmaker? We're talking about Golden fucking Tate here. Who are we talking about? No, I'm not moving the goalposts, Eli. I'm using context, which matters.
Okay. Hold on. All right. Next topic, because we got a lot more here. Darius Slade. It's obvious he is not a number something. I'm questioning if he's a 2. He's definitely not number 1. If he is he a 2? That's the high for Daniel Jones, best wide receiver until Malik came, a guy who doesn't have 1,000-yard season. Let's be real. That's fair. Listen, I don't think anybody's here is saying that Daniel Jones has been handed a Ferrari and just ran it off the road. Nobody's saying that here. But we got our guy now. He has his offense, the best offense line he's ever had. He has his wide receiver 1. Now go out and beat a Dallas Cowboy team for the first time in your fucking career. Can
I ask this? I don't know this, so you guys can. I think I saw somewhere today that, and I don't care about fantasy, but I'm just bringing it up because I think I saw. Is Malik Neighbors right now number one receiver in fantasy?
He is.
Is that true? Is that? Can y'all confirm that? Is that?
No, I seen it. I seen it.
Have you seen it?
But is that true though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
he is.
He didn't throw the ball to his damn self. Okay. Let's just put that out there.
Okay.
Somebody had to throw the ball to him.
You're right. All right. Listen, next one. Chiefs Way. What's up, Chiefs Way? You should be around for the Joe Fazari Miracle of the Meadowlands game. Craig Morton, Larry Zonka were the Giants when I was a kid. The Giants were so bad. Yeah, listen, bad times. But listen, we're talking about this now. Right. These are the worst. We are in the worst time of Giants era possibly ever. Like, we are here, guys. I mean, and unfortunately, you know, Saquon and Daniel Jones have been the face of it. And I want better for the Giants. And I'm not saying, listen, Cop, I'm not saying that Daniel Jones is the reason why, but he is the face. Right. You are the face of this franchise. Now turn it around. You got to turn it around. You got one more year. And listen, Cop, listen, if he goes out against the Cowboys, what are you going to say if he stinks it up? This is a fork in the road game, right? For Daniel Jones?
They've played 3 games this year, and I would argue that he's played two quality games.
Good ones, yes. I think we all agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
You know, that's 66%. So that tells me that I don't think he's going to stick it up against Dallas. Now, Dallas has had his number, but Dak has also had our number. Look, I mean,
did I do that? Sorry.
I mean, let's. I agree with you. Let's beat Dallas.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, let's keep rolling here. We're almost through. I was at the NFC title game with my grandfather when I was 16. It was that was the Minnesota game. That was the fucking tits, Michael. That was the fucking tits. Neighbors, and see, we're getting a lot of this. So listen.
No, see, I disagree with this. I disagree with this. I've already seen this narrative already, and I disagree with this.
Being thrown around.
Well, give us your thought of why you disagree. Why would you disagree?
He needed a
because you finally gave him a really good dude. Like, you gave him okay. I am the president of the Darius Slayton. I am the Darius Slayton president. Okay, I love Darius Slayton, but at the same time, Darius Slayton's a 5th-round receiver, and he has stepped up and been our best receiver. You would maybe argue the last few years, correct? I mean, would you guys disagree with that or not?
Yeah. No, I
agree. He's been the most consistent dude for sure.
And I would argue that he has played some of that time hurt. I would argue. So the point being is that now you've given this guy a legitimate guy, like a legitimate number 1. I don't understand how you guys don't see, like, we finally put some really nice tires on the sports car. Like, it finally has traction now.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like Plaxico Burress saved Eli Manning's career?
If that's what I'm saying, if you're going to make the case if you're going to say that about Daniel Jones, why would you not say that about Eli? That's what I'm saying.
I disagree with.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that, Vibes. Eli, I'm saying that's how ignorant that statement is.
No, because here's the thing. Because the reason why I'm trying to say that C's might be right here is because look what Eli Manning did after Plaxico Burress. He took an undrafted free agent in Victor Cruz and made him into a star.
He was a good player.
He was a great player. And shout out Victor Cruz. No disrespect to Cruz. Cruz was a great player, friend of the shows. And also he took Hakeem Nicks, was the 29th pick in the 1st-round draft.
And again,
when you go later in that draft.
A dog.
Right? A dog too, but when you go later in the draft, the quality of players supposedly aren't there, right? While you got Malik Neighbors, that is a 6 overall pick, generational talent when you go in there. So with that being said, and you look at Daniel Jones, how he had a Darius Slayton, how he had those guys, he couldn't really elevate them. But would you?
So you're saying You're saying
I'm
Eli
sorry. Would you agree Eli Manning elevated the players around him at this point? Like in a Steve Smith, you feel like that?
I don't really know how to. I don't know how to answer that. Like,
if I don't know. Like,
I think Eli was a great. I think this is kind of weird because like I'm usually trying to tell people that Eli was elite, but now you guys are trying to make me say that he wasn't elite. Like I don't know.
No. I think
that
what I'm trying. No. Hear me out.
I think they work together.
This is why Eli is elite. This is why Daniel Jones
isn't.
He
elevated so many people's careers.
I'm basically putting that. So to put too much stock in Daniel Jones and what Steve is saying is that Daniel Jones just isn't good. He needs the cast around him to be great. Do you think Daniel Jones actually, let's do this because Brock Purdy has been playing well, right? Been playing very well for San Francisco.
Okay.
All right. Can you put Brock Purdy on the Giants right now and you expect him to succeid?
Before Malik Neighbors, no.
Right now.
Now. No.
I think I would rather have Daniel Jones than Brock Purdy.
Mm.
And look, I'm not going to sit here and say Daniel Jones over everybody. I wouldn't say that, but there are certain guys that I would say Daniel.
What some people would seem from you. To go back to that argument a little bit, people will seem that you're more pro Daniel Jones than pro the facts and the team at this point. Would you agree?
Well, I definitely know that Brock can't run the ball like Daniel Jones, and I've seen Daniel Jones make some great. I've seen Brock Purdy make some great throws. I mean, I have. He's made some good stuff. I think Daniel can make the same damn throws. I really do. And by the way, I think Brock's with a great offensive staff. Like, so I don't know how good Brock. We don't know how good Brock Purdy really is. We have no idea.
He's another dude dropped into like an absolutely perfect situation, like similar to Jalen Hurts. And I don't think either of them. Jalen Hurts looks like crap right now. I'm like that dude.
But that's kind of my point, Hefe, is the fact that I think a lot of quarterbacks in the league, it all comes down to situations. Do they get put in good situations or do they get put? I think that Daniel Jones, unfortunately, was dropped into a bad situation. We, as a franchise, at the end of Eli, we failed Eli, and then we brought in Daniel to quote unquote try to fix it. And we did not have a team ready for a new franchise quarterback. Our team wasn't ready. Our offensive line was not at all there. We were a broken roster. I mean, just be truthful about it. Looking back on it, maybe Saquon wasn't the right selection at 2, even though I was pro drafting Saquon. I thought that it'd be cool to pair Saquon with Eli to extend Eli's career, right?
And we had Odell.
Yeah, and Odell, but it didn't work. So we tried some things that didn't work that set us back. In my opinion, if you look at the drafting that we've done over the last 10 years, it has been not that great. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, we've had a lot of misses, and especially in early rounds that to me have set our franchise back. Say what you want about where Daniel was drafted or not. I feel like we've screwed up the draft numerous years.
We've been dysfunctional across the board, and you wanted to talk
which
about
that had to start somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, are you out on John Mara? Do you shit on him as an owner? Like, what are your thoughts there? Because there's been
I will always respect the Mara family. A matter of fact, I love the Mara story. I don't know if you guys know the history of that. He was a paper boy that turned into a bookie. That he goes into he was in a boxing thing, and then they wanted him. He had $500, makes crazy, whatever. He's a great. I love the story of how that was created, how the Giants were created. But so I respect the Mara family. I think what happened is they started to take for granted what happened in 2007 and 2011 and 12, and they just thought it was just going to keep happening. And we started to draft poorly, and we haven't fixed it since. We just haven't done it as a franchise. We have our identity went from, remember we were like doing the balling thing, like we were having we were sacking quarterbacks and we're shooting the jump. Like we had fun as a franchise. We were having a good time. We had an identity, we always had like a pass rush. we haven't had a pass rush ever, and since the last game just now in Cleveland
until Sunday. Yep.
Until Sunday. When's the last time we had a pass rush since Sunday in Cleveland? When's the last time?
That was a throwback game where the quarterback
Yeah.
just can't get comfortable. Like that's Giants football. As soon as
that's
he
Giants football.
You could be Tom Brady, and it doesn't fucking matter when you.
It doesn't matter. That's kind of my point. Is like I've always viewed Giants football as running the football well and playing good defense. Most notably rushing the passer. We went for a stretch there where we were known for producing pass rushers. Remember when we got Clint Stenham and everyone was like, "Oh, they just keep producing pass rushers." That was our identity. Where did that go? What happened?
It's a good question. It's a damn good question. But before we get to that, man, don't forget this episode is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. That's right, Underdog Fantasy. If you download the app today and use promo code REVIVAL, they will match your deposit up by half up to $250.
Set up a fucking Underdog account. I know you dabble, so get in there.
Well, you can still do weekly drafts.
Put a fucking team together and let's go. Let's see what your fantasy chops about. Come on, get your fucking beat.
Guys, let's get to the supers here. Real quick.
Yeah. Hold on. If you're thinking DJ is still that dude, I don't know what this word is, but it's a delulu. You're a delulu.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You're delusional.
Yeah, I'm delusional.
Whatever. He's 34. He's seen good ball. Eli elevated DJ manages, and he's saying OBJ is one of the guys. He's saying OBJ is that guy.
So did Eli elevate OBJ? Which one? How did that work?
I think it was underrated. I think everybody said that OBJ saved his career, but OBJ he keeps talking about how much fun he had with Eli. I don't think he knew what he had when he was in it, and then when he got out of it, he's like, man, Eli used to throw that ball. Like he said to Stafford, he's like, Eli used to throw like this, like perfect, and it was underrated how much they both needed each other at that time.
That's where the truth is on all things. That the truth is in the middle, and the Giants fan base gets too caught up in it's all Daniel Jones' fault or it's none of his fault. And the truth is, he is responsible for his play. The Giants are responsible for putting a good situation around him, and if they fail to do that, he's not going to be as good as his job. And if he doesn't make all the plays he's supposed to, he's responsible for that too. Everyone's responsible, but there's just too much blind defense of him if you look around the league and you watch quarterbacks play, there are better quarterbacks making plays. But again, it all goes back to the dysfunction that he was kind of born into with the Giants.
And Hefe, I will agree with you on that Daniel Jones supporters, and I'm part of this.
You're the president. You are the president and chairman. What do you mean you're part of it?
Well, okay, but I'm going to tell you why. Because the doubters are so strong.
I know.
They blame him like the Minnesota game was all his fault. First of all, Minnesota's like all of a sudden a good team. Like they're undefeated.
That loss looks a little better now.
The
Washington game, like I mean, I'm more mad at Dable than anybody. Like, why the hell do you not have us a kicker out there? Like, why did you let Gano go out there and play even remotely close to being hurt? Like, it doesn't even make sense. A kicker needs his lower half. His lower half is hurt. What are you doing?
I hate to agree with you.
And I'm going to say this, but I don't think we win that game in Cleveland without Daniel Jones. I think he's one of the reasons why we won.
I think he played fine. I think he played fine.
Yes.
Again, I'm not knocking him for.
I don't even want to say that, Hefe. But when you don't ever give him credit, when you're like,
at least for what I know, most people I guess gave Daniel Jones some credit. I think we definitely did. I think this guy's playing the past 2 weeks. He's been playing good football. It's
the first time in his career he's thrown over 200 yards and 2 TDs in 2 straight games, which is an absurd stat. I cannot believe that's a real stat at this point, year 6. But we're here now. It's not too much to ask to do that 3 times in a row. It's not too much to ask to do. It's been done before. It's been done before.
Dude,
he has to do it again.
Fucking beat Dallas. For the love of God, just beat Dallas.
So, okay, let's talk to Obscene Sanity here, saying unless the season finishes over 500, he thinks they're looking for a new QB. I think, to me, this is tough because I think it's a playoff or bust kind of deal for Daniel. I think he needs to get to the playoffs. I really do. And I don't know what you guys think. What do you think? Is he gone if he misses the playoffs?
Oh, it's so hard, man, to say, because if they miss the playoffs by a lot, then yes, they'll get a new quarterback. But if they make it to the playoffs, it's going to be hard to draft one anyway. So Daniel Jones will be here in 2025 regardless. So that's where I stand on it. It just really depends on how they play. If they play like crap and it's under 500 or close to 500, they'll probably try their best to try to trade up to get a quarterback, because this quarterback class is supposedly weak. So someone could fall to them, or they don't have to trade up too much. But if they make the playoffs, I think Daniel Jones will be back in 2025. I think they don't have a choice.
Okay.
If he leads them to the playoffs after that start, that 0-2 start, and the schedule gets tough, and if he keeps playing, stays healthy, keeps throwing touchdowns, they're going to be picking 20-something in the draft. You're talking about a playoff team. There's not going to be that quarterback stud that's a no-brainer pick. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep going. They're going to run
Year seven. Again. Year 7.
Year 7.
I know. I already know what Cop thing. Cop.
I'm laughing because it feels like you guys have got him at gunpoint. You're like, get us to the playoffs or you're dead. Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but let me say this. How did the Giants end up with Eli Manning?
They fell to the bottom. They fell to the bottom.
Kerry Collins gets hurt. Jesse Palmer has to play. The Giants end up with a top 5 draft pick, right? And then which obviously gets a trade. So, in my opinion, the Giants are not going to get now, if they have an opportunity to get one early, then I think that they'll do it. But Daniel Jones has a chance to keep his job if he just wins games and gets them far away from the top 5 draft pick.
Agreed.
That's the way I look at this. So to me, it's not about, look, I want the Giants to make the playoffs. This is not about, I want them to keep Daniel Jones. I want them to make the playoffs. But in my opinion, if he just gets them close and gets them far away from the top 5 draft pick, they won't draft a quarterback. It will be Daniel Jones. You saw the thing on Hard Knocks. They made an excuse for him episode 1 about nobody would have been successful. They want to believe in Daniel Jones. They want to.
Oh, yeah, they sure do. I will agree on that. They do. They're looking for an excuse to keep him. But, again, win.
Looking for an excuse.
Not excuse. Okay, they're looking for a reason, not excuse. I think I used the wrong. They want to keep him. You think he didn't go and talk to Mr. Mara to just because Mr. Mara disliked him. Mara wants him to be here throughout his career. All he needs, but the pressure will be on him if he doesn't win. For me, it's not even playoffs. I'd say 8 wins. 8 wins gets you back.
By the way, I think that's a ridiculous narrative too, that Mr. Mara demanded that Daniel stay quarterback.
You don't think he did? We saw what he did with fucking Saquon. You're saying he didn't do that for his own quarterback?
I don't think. I think Joe Shane and Brian Dable made the decision. And by the way, not to go back, I messed this up. Hefe, you messed me up. Okay, you rattled my cage on this, so I blame you.
Good.
Imagine if we didn't draft Malik Neighbors and we got Drake May or Jaden Daniels,
or even worse, JJ McCarthy, and he's out on season-ending.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, who would be? So if let's say you got Drake May, or and look, I think Jaden Daniels looked fantastic. Obviously, Jaden Daniels has quarterbacked 2 games in a row where his team has not had to punt. That's really cool. Good for him. Good for Commander fans. But the point being is we needed desperately a playmaker at receiver. So if you would have drafted a rookie quarterback, who in the hell was coming in to play receiver? Who was going to be our number 1 receiver? Who was going to be our number 1 receiver if we had a rookie quarterback?
No, I don't disagree with that part for sure.
Darius,
all right, let's keep moving. Here we're all right. So
we got to get caught up here.
All right, we got to go. All right, Jones is good enough QB to get you fired. He runs like a diesel truck. He's got to fucking watch himself sometimes. Man, every time he runs, he scares the shit out of me.
He leads with his neck. That does concern me.
No agility. He's Coach Cal. All right, we see where Sir Jones lies. Okay,
that is crazy.
Hey, listen.
You want to talk? You want to answer that, or
I just the minds of some of these people. That's crazy.
All right. Well, Chris K, with normal question. Shout out Chris K. We love you, buddy. He says, "Who are Cop Pistol's top 3 Giants impact players. I assume he means this year.
Current
So,
roster, I assume.
Who? And this will lead me into this. Do you think that Daniel Jones is one of the top three best players on this team? And I'm including Andrew Thomas in this conversation because he's
everyone
elite.
included. Everyone.
Well, can I want to give an honorable mention right out of the gate. I absolutely love Drew Phillips right now. By the way,
Okay.
I love Drew Phillips. Drew Phillips is like one of my favorites already. I mean, that dude is I hate that he got hurt last game, but that dude's a stud, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Agreed.
Obviously, Malik Neighbors. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Real quick, I agree, and I think those were wind up. It looks like he drafted for need, but like Newman and Phillips look to be like really good picks early on. And is Phillips playing this week, or is he out?
It doesn't look like it. He's in practice today, which sucks.
Short week. He's probably all right.
Short week's got screw him.
Yeah.
Well, I think Malik Neighbors is obviously impactful. I mean, that catch in the corner was nuts.
Phenomenal.
I don't know about you guys. I've watched it, I think, 25 times already. I still don't know how the foot got down before the hand, but nevertheless.
That makes sense. You have you got Dex and you got Andrew Thomas, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, okay, so what?
He's trying to figure out how he gets
not going to answer.
Yeah, you can't put.
He's not going to put DJ in this one. If you put DJ in this one,
but the NFL now, in my opinion, the NFL is all about pass rushers, receivers. Like TJ Watt right now might be the best player in the league all of a sudden. Like, he's sacking quarterbacks every week now. I mean, to me, it's, I don't think, to me, it's like,
okay, how about this? I got a question for you.
That is called dodging the question.
I got a
who's your top three?
I'm a politician tonight, huh?
Would you put him in your top four? Would you think he's more impactful than Brian Burns?
Yes.
Good question.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
All right.
Yes, I would.
All right. Let's keep rolling here. Let's keep rolling. DJ really obscene sanity says DJ really does not deserve your defending, Cop. He says continue to stare down one read. He's still unable to make. So this is where I have if I have one problem with what DJ's done the past 2 weeks, I think he's been pretty damn good, but the deep shots are still they're way off.
Yeah,
they're way off. They I don't know if it's a timing thing. I don't know, but it's not even. He's not even giving the receivers a chance.
We're afraid to throw a pick. Not sure.
Nah, I think it's a timing thing. That's just my thoughts on it.
You think it's timing? What do you think? Why are the deep shots?
I think you know what? I think,
and why are they not?
I think Daniel Jones has an insane coach that demands he don't turn the ball over. Is what I think.
You think Dable? See, Dable didn't do that to Allen, though.
I think like
that.
Well, he's not the head coach.
Fair enough.
That's a different thing. He's not head coach. I'm sorry. Like I think Dable is in his Tom Coughlin stages where the screws are too tight. They're too tight. We need to loosen the screw up a little bit. There's no need for your face to get super red when you're yelling and getting angry. Do you remember when Coughlin did that to Kiwanuka on the sidelines? He's like screaming at him just terribly. It's like turn it down a little bit, And so to me, I think Dable, it's like when Jones only threw 5 interceptions in 2022. Because again, I don't even count 2023. The man got hurt. Okay. So when I go back and look at 2022, it's like, okay, he didn't have a ton of TD throws, but he didn't throw any INTs. I think there was an emphasis on not turning the ball over. I think that was a huge thing. And so now when you go into this season, I still question on if he trusts, number one, does he trust Jalen Hyatt? Which, by the way, I want to love Jalen Hyatt. I want to love Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt played at Tennessee. I watched his college career. Something's a little off there. I don't know what, but something is off. At the same time, who's like Darius Slayton's been given some deep shots, right?
He's been giving him, but has he been? I haven't seen one tweet. Has there been one 30-yard, 40-yard?
No, by the way,
Duncan and Duncan.
By the way, as a potential content thing that we should do, you guys, and including whoever did that, said, well, he just continues to. We need to have like an all 22 night and show me the evidence of him just staring one man down. I want to see. I want to see. I want you guys. I want somebody to show me.
We could all be
let's
geeks.
Let's be geeks.
Let's be geeks about it.
That's a good idea. I just want to say shout out to the 815 people that's in the building. Thank you so much for your support. Please go over to YouTube, guys. If you can, hit that thumbs up and subscribe as well. So we do appreciate all the support, man. Shout out, guys. Cop Pizzle is in the building, of course, man. If you guys don't know, now you know. Long overdue, man. So please hit that subscribe button, man, and hit that thumbs up, guys. We appreciate it. What you got, Speed?
C's. It's more like dropping a new transmission in 97 Civic that's 250K miles. Hey, listen, shout out to Civics. Shout out to the Civics.
Shout out Honda.
Let's not slander the Hondas. All right.
Hondas run forever.
This episode is brought to you by its 1997 Honda Civic with 189,000 miles. They will run.
Oh, shit. All right, Gil. Listen, Gil says DJ's a beat to shit cutlass. Some overpriced rims on that. And you find it on
what are the rims that someone threw on DJ?
Spree wells? I don't know. Like,
the rims are Waller, I guess. No, he's saying neighbors. He's saying neighbors are the rims.
It's the rims. Yes, the neighbors are the rims.
Yeah. He's saying
listen. As long as
they keep it clean though.
Listen, I just want to win games. If DJ just keeps being this 200-yard guy, 2 touchdown a game guy,
happy. Sure, sign me up for that.
I don't care. I don't care. Just win.
Cop, if he goes for 3,500 yards and about 25 touchdowns, right?
Oh,
like we got to do something on your show to where we got to bow down or something. I don't know, but let's just figure this part out.
He
gives me that.
I want to. I need to. It was funny. Somebody was talking. My first car was a 1997 Nissan 200 SX. It was a 4-cylinder, but it had rims on it.
Yeah,
it was jacked up. So it's funny because somebody just said. Yeah, so I had the system in the back too. I had a huge boombox, it was ridiculously over the top. It was candy apple red too.
Dude, that's funny. I had a Pathfinder, but I went for the boombox instead of the. I didn't consider the rims, 100%. But I was all about the boombox and the bass. It was so obnoxious. It was like I had to turn
rattling,
it off, like
rattling.
I would rattle in the mornings. Yeah, when I'd go to school, I was rattling. I was really rattling.
My license.
Bobby Babinski, shout out Bobby. Smash them boys. You sound like a cop guy. No, not cop guy. Tuto guy. Smash them boys. Little baby doll whistle. Oh, yeah. Hey, baby doll whistle.
No, this is an Eagles fan that is rooting for us to beat the hell out of the Cowboys.
Fair. We could all get on the same page here, Bobby. We could all get on the same page. We got a couple more. All right. Oh, so he says my money's going to Cup Hills, not you geeks. Let's go.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Thank you. DJ is the
you guys keep coming to check.
Shout out.
What did he say? $2? I need that $2. I need that $2.
I want to give this to that guy.
I don't want it in quarters either.
Just for that. That's fire.
I don't want 8 quarters.
You don't get a penny.
Hey, that's funny though. He gave $2. That's technically 8 quarters.
You're right.
For number 8.
Hey,
how about that?
We might have to get it. All right, New York City. He has to be top 5. Dex, Banks. Oh, he said Banks. Listen, Banks needs a bounce. But this is a Banks game for me. You got CD. You got CD now. The game's on you. We can't. You let Cooper get some big catches on you.
Amari had his way, bro.
It's tough because Banks was right there on all them plays. He just can't.
Dude,
but did Banks shut it down at the end of the game?
He did.
Give him that.
I don't think it's all his fault either. Amari Cooper is still a really, really good receiver. And I called it watching the game with my dad on the couch. I'm like, don't leave Banks all alone on an island here. Like with Cooper, whether he goes outside or inside, you're cooked. Like the dude, he's too good. And he just started real slow and just does one of these. And it was over.
Listen, he had to face McLaurin, Jefferson, Cooper right out the bat. That's it's hard to expect him to shut off all that.
Let me say this though, and maybe I just watch football completely different, but that first touchdown, I put that on Eric Gray.
Oh, agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know why, because I saw people in comments in a post-game video talking about, Banks got cooked. I'm like, wait a minute. He was put in a bad situation right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I don't put that first one. And it was a it was a tough catch. It was the throw. It was
Yeah.
that's not on Banks. That was whatever.
Well, hold on, guys. Listen,
I don't think there's many corners that could do anything about that slant either. To be honest with you,
no.
I just think he should have had help.
Listen, guys, we have a new fucking leader, big boy in the clubhouse. New motherfucking big boy, the Chiefs way.
Oh shit!
So far,
that's a pink one.
The Daniel Jones leader. Last time I checked, this was a team sport.
Yeah,
he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Chiefs way.
Yeah.
He ain't lying. Give it to me. Give it to me right now.
Oh, you got it, brother.
Chiefs way put their big balls on the table, and he said, "This Daniel Jones jersey is mine."
By the way, Chiefs way, if you can, DM one of us at New York Revival.
Well, it's not over yet. That the fat league did not sing.
DM
right
one of us. You want to lead?
50 did win the OBJ giveaway. We did a couple weeks ago.
Does anybody have the balls enough to go 51?
No one has the balls to do that.
I don't believe.
No one has the balls.
I don't know. Last super chat right now. All right. Brian Porras, I think it took a game for Daniel to understand that he doesn't have to get pummeled every game. You know what? I will say this. I think his biggest attribute for what has gotten better the past 2 weeks, his footwork has gotten better, and he's trusting his offensive line for the first time, maybe ever. Maybe ever.
Yes.
Maybe ever.
Say that louder.
No, and he needs to continue. I don't want him
by
to
the way, not to y'all. Everybody loves to say how Evan Neal sucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But why would you? If you think Evan Neal sucks, then why would you punish the quarterback for having to play behind that?
Okay.
Why do you do that?
The truth is always in the middle. Evan Neal was a fucking horrendous draft pick, or you failed miserably to develop him, which means so many people are in the wrong there. And Daniel Jones is playing behind him, which means he's never comfortable. So
how do you guys feel about, because like Will Hernandez, for example, right now is playing really good in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we drafted him, and I would argue that Will didn't play very good with the Giants. Mm-hmm. And then I loved Xavier McKinney. And he's out there killing it right now in Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Saquon is doing well. I got a giggle out of the Monday night game. When he dropped the pass.
We all did. Yeah.
I mean, when you see these Giants leave and go places and be successful, does that not give you pause and say there's something wrong with this team and franchise that's causing some of these players not to play to their potential? Or is it just a coincidence?
I don't think anybody in this chat will disagree with you there. That we are all, the Giants franchise is on fucking, like, they're on the hot seat. Like, you guys got to turn it around. Dable, Bobby Johnson, we got one guy out of here. We got fucking that criminal out of here. I think we got the right offensive line coach here. Bowen, sorry. I think that the jury's still out on Bowen. We'll see how he does.
Listen, but he's
turned
really
it around.
night and day. It's night and day with that coaching. So coaching, the answer,
we need everybody.
That coaching it makes a difference. Like those guys going to play somewhere else and having a coach that can actually develop them is a difference. And you're starting to see these guys catch the prime as well, because they've been in the league for a little bit longer, right? So we get Will Hernandez. Will Hernandez has been in the league forever, right?
I'll die in that Will Hernandez hill.
And as far as Evan Neal, if Bowen could get him right, then it's just going to make Joe Shane. Because how the hell are you going to take a high draft pick in Neal, the most complete tackle coming out in the draft, and he looks like that? So I agree with Cop there, man. You got to have the coach in here to develop these guys. And I think the Giants franchise just they got to figure it out, man. And I think they're on the right path. They're on the right path. We'll see what happens.
That's why I don't like when people use the year 6 thing with Daniel Jones, because there's a ridiculous couple right there with Joe Judge, right? I don't know if Joe Judge I don't think he was a good head coach. Like, I just really don't. Pat Shurmur is in my opinion, a good coordinator. He's not a head coach. Like, I do think that, we've had some issues with head coaching, like that's our coaching in general. And we've made some misses there. The even McAdoo thing, I question numerous times on that, because it seemed like the Giants had a plan to bring him in after Coughlin, but for whatever, I guess the whole Eli thing really stained him, and things just went south. If you remember though, that 2016 team was actually a pretty good team, and McAdoo was leading that. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
we went 11-5 with McAdoo. Granted,
and then he pulled
the Green
his
Bay game was fucking frustrating as hell.
yeah, he pulled his wild thing. Fucking, he had the slick hair back the next year, and then it was all downhill.
I mean, that's a tough head of hair to work with. I mean, there's really no way to make that look cool.
But I mean, it's just we haven't had any stability since basically Coughlin and Eli. There's just been no stability.
Yep.
And this franchise, you know, desperately needs stability. And this franchise, and I think it's because of Mayer, likes to be kind of conservative. They don't want to have a lot of turnover. They don't really want to make a lot of changes. And so you stick with this. That's another thing, like I think a lot of Giant fans don't realize is understand who you're rooting for. If you want a lot of change, go root for the Jets. It's not that hard. They love changing their uniforms. They love changing their quarterbacks. They love changing coaches. Go root for them. And they literally play in the same stadium. The Giants don't want to do that. Like Mayer doesn't, you know, Mayer's not going to wear the chains and stuff like Woody Johnson is. Like he's just not going to do that. It's just a conservative organization.
I want to ask you a question real quick because
sorry. Let Bill go real quick.
I'll just go fuck myself. You let me know.
Yeah, go fuck yourself first of all. Bill said already agreed to stand down. He's out. He's already the revivalist of the month. He's gonna stand on this one and let Chiefs Way have it. You know,
Bill, we know you could blow this away, Bill.
We know how you roll.
That's why you're the revivalist of the month, man.
Jeff,
multi. You know what I mean? So we appreciate you. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Spirit.
Love Bill, man.
You're allowed to go now.
Good comment here from Authentic talking about a decisive QB is an O-line's best friend. So I want to get your thoughts on this. Bobby Johnson, apparently killing it in Washington so far. When Jones is decisive, the line is better. But that limits the first read, get the ball out quick. But that's how, if your old line is bad, that's how your offense has to be. There's no other option to sit back there and go through progressions when the line is that bad. What do you think about that, Cop?
Yeah, we have a. I don't know, man. We have the same quarterback here. The sacks are down.
I get it. I'm at the same time. I think that there's, I guess he's referring to the fact that Jaden Daniels. I saw a clip I think on ESPN where he's getting the ball out in 2 seconds, right? Quick, being quick and decisive. Whatever they're doing, it's working because obviously for the last couple of weeks they've played good. I don't think Jaden played all that great against us. I thought he played good. Did y'all think that he played? I mean, obviously last night, but I would argue Cincinnati's defense is broken right now. But
neither defense could stop a damn thing for the most part. Neither team punted, no turnovers.
I think our defense was a bend but don't break kind of thing where we didn't give up a touchdown. Look, I get it. Daniel could be a little quicker, maybe more decisive. I mean, that's a fair point to make. I get that. I would argue that needs to take some time. I think some of the issues that Daniel has faced too, is the fact that he had going back to the thing where he's gotten hurt, and when you get hurt and you don't have time to be out there and practicing and working on your game, I think that's part of this. I really do. I really believe that that's some of the issues that's plagued him throughout his whole career. I think if he can stay on the field consistently, his game would pick up and be at the level that people want him to be at.
Fair.
I mean, again, I don't think that's a bad comment from Authentic. I don't disagree with that.
I think the overall frustration is, and we talked about it, one of the first things we said coming onto the show was about DJ and his performance and how good is he, and the injuries are part of his story, and not that they're necessarily his fault. No one means to get injured. So injury prone is kind of a bullshit thing to tag somebody with because it's football. Injuries happen. I mean, look how many stars are out this year already. It just happens across the league. So I think that's unfair, but it's something that the team's got to plan for, and it's part of his story. So if he's unavailable for a third of the games, we can't just pretend that doesn't exist because you're at a loss. It's the most expensive position to backfill.
Okay, so let me throw this, and I don't want Eli to tell me I'm moving the goalpost here. What about the fact that our field has been said over. No, I'm bringing this into it because our field has been brought into a conversation around the league of it's not a good field. Now, I'm not talking about the current one we have now, but in previous years where, Sterling Shepard was getting hurt, you could argue other guys. I mean, what if the product that we were putting this out there for these guys was actually getting them hurt, like Daniel, for example? What if an injury came from that? Like, my point being is,
DJ
like, how do you know?
He tore his ACL in Vegas, didn't he?
Yep.
No, I'm not. I'm
concussions happen from hits.
The game, I believe, the ones in Philly or against Philly, he broke his. I think he broke his neck against Philly. Was that one? Was that the one that he did in 20?
Yeah. Well, one of the years in what 2020,
21 maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of his injuries are head injuries, and they had sprained ankle.
Dude, and
he had the ankle in
first year.
Seattle, right?
So, but hold on, you couldn't even move the goalpost correctly. Like,
no, I'm trying.
You couldn't even move the goalpost correctly.
No,
because he got hurt in Vegas, and the rest was head injuries. Now, from MetLife Stadium, all those lower bodies, ligament tears, and etc. That you could say, okay, it might have been MetLife, but unfortunately, Daniel Jones hasn't been hurt in those soft tissue injuries. It hasn't been at MetLife. It's all been his head, unfortunately.
Come on, don't play the graph.
I can't say it's the field, brother.
I'm not playing that card. I'm bringing something to the table for a discussion to understand, to try to get to the point of, I just feel like that this organization would have failed almost damn near any franchise quarterback. I don't think it's a Daniel Jones problem. I think it would have been anybody. If we would have brought in a Dwayne Haskins or anybody like that, they were probably going to fail. I only bring Dwayne Haskins into it because that was the same year. My point being is I don't think our organization has been in a position for the quarterback to be successful. That's the point I'm trying to make here.
And I think the frustration, while all the defense and the moving the goalpost, whatever you want to call it, there's probably some truth to all of that, except the grass shit. But I think it's just the consistent, like, we just want to fucking win. We just want a special quarterback back there, or at least try something new. And it's just every year. I think that's just the overall.
Let me ask you this. Question.
Tired of the defense, tired of the goalpost. Just start over.
Right. Let me ask you, what about, I think in the episode 1 of Hard Knocks, when did Joe Shane, did he say Pat Mahomes' name? Did he bring up Pat Mahomes' name as nobody would have been successful behind that offensive line?
That he put together, yes.
But did he say Pat Mahomes' name?
He did.
He did. That was
okay. So I want to know. I want to know.
He also got trolled for that pretty bad.
Yeah, okay, so tell me, is okay? So are you in the opinion, because this to me is, I would like to know, would Pat Mahomes, not talking about this team, I'm talking about the previous team, would he have elevated the Giants to playoff status a year ago?
He would have elevated everything around him a year ago.
I think they would have won, they would have won probably 2 to 3 more games.
I'm going to say yes. Because Pat Mahomes.
Do they go to the playoffs, though? Do they go to the playoffs?
Pat Mahomes is generational talent. This guy can only scramble. He can not only scramble and get the hell out the way, the guy can also run as well. He's smart with the football, is decisive with the football, something Daniel Jones doesn't have. Let's not listen. I think that comment was more tongue in cheek. Don't get it twisted. But let's not sit here and pretend Pat Mahomes isn't a special talent. Like he's like DJ, like he's light years beyond. He's probably the number 1 quarterback in the league.
Okay, hold on.
So I can't really say that.
Chat's blowing up with, why did DeVito go on a 3-game winning streak with that team?
Because Andrew Thomas came back.
That's it.
I love you, Kyle.
Andrew Thomas elevates. Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas elevates the offense.
I respect what you do.
I dig what you do.
What you talking about? You guys are talking about elevation, and I'm telling you that a guy like Andrew, you take Andrew Thomas.
I respect it.
You take Andrew Thomas in and take it out. It's a completely different offense. Andrew Thomas, would you not tell? Are you guys not in agreement with me that Andrew Thomas is probably top 2 best player on the offense right now?
Andrew Thomas an All-Pro. He's one of the best players in our team, right?
Yeah. So like, what I'm saying is like,
who's your top 2? If it's Andrew Thomas, who else is in there?
Dex.
No, I'm talking about on the offense.
Oh, offense.
Right. So who's the
I
best
mean, when you give the ball to, when it's a 4th and 1 and you give the ball on a jet sweep to Malik Neighbors, that's a pretty, to me, a clear indication that you think he's a really special player.
Okay. Right,
so
cool.
I think Malik Neighbors is slowly taking over. But see, let me go back to that comment for a second. I think Mahomes is great, but I also think Andy Reid plays a role in that.
Dude, that's an unfair combination.
No, I'm not,
guys.
because Andy Reid took Donovan McNabb's sorry ass to the Super Bowl. Okay, let's be honest. Donovan McNabb was not that great.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying
he's agreeing with you.
Them working together is
completely unfair.
And then you throw in Kelsey when they had Tyreek Hill. Like that's an unfair combination of Hall of Fame.
It's unfair. That man, when you watch the, I love when they show a Chiefs game and they have like almost like it's an all 22, but it's like the sky cam. And like they run that play, and like you just see these plays that Andy Reid brings up, and it's easy for Mahomes. Like, yes, he can make the baseball throws. That's awesome. Like, I think that's great, and he does do some special stuff. But I also think that the offense is actually really awesome too. Like, it's a really great offense.
Combination. It's a
generational combination. Yeah. And I think Eagle fans should be disgusted watching Andy Reid win all these.
I tell him every day.
Yeah, and they act like it's not a big deal.
And Andy Reid,
they ran him out of town
in the Super Bowl. That's so sweet. That's just beautiful. But
I just want to say, like, I think Pat Mahomes is, I guess I'd make the case he's the best quarterback in the league, but I also think he's in a fantastic situation.
Sure.
I agree. And again, I'd like to shout out to the 844 people in the building. We thank you so much for your support. Don't forget, man, this show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. That's right, Underdog Fantasy. If you download that app today, use promo code REVIVAL. They will match your deposit by half, up to match your deposit half up to $250. Did I say that right? Jeez,
he's been tired. He's done. He's done.
It's been a long show. Shout out, man, to Underdog Fantasy.
I'll throw the banner up there. So
thank you, man. Yeah, I'm shot.
Save this.
But man, I just want to say, man, Kyle.
Oh,
wow.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
What the fuck just happened? What the?
My motherfucker.
You want to talk about? Wow, left field.
At the buzzer.
Nuts on the table, right at the
good
buzzer.
For fucking business right here.
Hey,
baby is big fucking nuts.
NYR and DJ. The Giants win it Thursday night. Let's fucking go. Fabian.
You just won an autographed jersey.
Field.
Just when we were saying no one's going to have the balls, and here comes fucking Fabian.
Wow, Fabian.
In support of Co Pizzle. Look at that. Boom.
Wow.
Don't tell me I'm not good for business.
Listen, the longest running YouTube channel, man, and Giants content creator. We appreciate
I try to tell them all.
Okay, listen. Bobby says Cowboys Giants get one win and they get delusion.
What does Cowboys Giants mean?
I think he's just saying Cowboys and Giants, that whenever they get one win, they get delusional. So he's calling us. Well, the world's colliding now, so we got to find out.
I thought he was supposed to be on our side, Bobby. I thought he was like a
Bobby. We're on the same team here.
Hold on. We got another one. Cop. After 90 minutes, okay, don't argue with these guys. Okay, you may as well leave now. They don't know ball. Football's a team game. We didn't know that. We thought it was 1-on-11. Look at he difference. Look at he difference, Cop. Look at he difference with DJ with a 1 WR. All the WR that left NY can't make a roster.
I mean, he's listen.
I appreciate you pandemonium, but that was crazy right there. I have no idea.
We don't know ball.
Look at he difference.
Football's a team here.
I appreciate you, man. We know you're $10.
Thank you for coming through.
Listen.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, bro.
Listen, this to me though is what to me content should be about. Like, especially like, it's okay to have different opinions. It's okay, but this idea of like, well, I'm not going to work with that person because his opinion is too different than mine. Like, I just think that's crazy. So this is what I'm saying. We're bringing you, Eli. You always talk about bringing people together. We brought some damn people together tonight.
We did,
and
this
is what I'm talking about,
man. I appreciate you, man, for jumping on, man. Appreciate the timing. I think was great, man. It was a good build up, man. Going back and forth on social media, right?
Well, it's gonna be fantastic because see, here's the thing: you guys are half on, half off, like with Daniel. I can see like the train's moving. You guys like it's slow enough to where it's like, should we jump? Should we get off? I think I want to get off. I think I want to get off. But then y'all want to wait until after Dallas, and then y'all say, "Oh no, I'm good. I'm gonna stay on this train. I'm gonna stay." Well, I'm here to tell you, he gonna whoop their ass on Thursday night. I really think that. I think he's
this
gonna
is on record. This is on record, bro. This is on record. He's gonna whip their ass. Okay,
clip it. I don't care. Bring it on Twitter and say, "Look how stupid Pizzle look."
Will do. No, but Daniel Jones, and listen, I know you're going to go right back to the situation and everything, but the facts are the facts. He's 1-7 against the Cowboys. He needs to beat them.
Get that W.
And
let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you this, Jeff. Let me ask you this, Jeff.
Yeah.
When you went into Week 1, 2023, not that we're looking back, did you not feel like, oh, this is the time we're beating Dallas?
We thought we printed the shirts and everything.
We printed
the shirts. We were all in. We were all in.
Okay. Now I want to ask you this: what's changed?
The way
we
he
have
played.
an offensive line.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
He's got help.
Are you saying what's changed from a year ago?
So we played Dallas. Daniel got hurt. Okay, so we lost the steam from 2022, right? Because we all hoped that they would do good against Philly after they beat Minnesota, but obviously we knew Philly was good. Giants took the L. Okay, no big deal. We were one of the top 4 teams in the NFC that year, whatever. So now you're coming into 2023 and you're thinking, okay, now is the time for us to beat our rivals, right? And all of us were feeling some kind of way, and then we got knocked in the mouth really hard, 40-0, right? We didn't see that coming. None of us did. So my point being is, so then a couple games happen. Daniel gets hurt. We lose. We have a terrible season. Now, obviously, we've played 3 games and we're 1-2. But I would argue that we should be 2-1. I understand it's woulda, coulda, shoulda. But what has changed that you can't feel like we can't beat Dallas this time around from where you were at Week 1, 2023?
I mean, I think this is a better team. So nothing is
Dallas is or Giants.
Giants are, and I think Dallas is
worse.
I think Dallas is worse. I think they're frustrated coming off some bad performances. I think they're traveling on a short week. There's plenty of reasons to think the Giants, if they're ever going to, it has to be now. Exactly right.
So that's what I'm saying. If you believed going into Week 1 of last year, why the hell would you not believe now?
I think we all are well, it's again, I can only speak for myself. It's gotta see it to believe it now. It's see it to believe it. They've beaten us down so much. I think they can win, but we need to fucking see it for once.
I want
the Minnesota playoff game, Daniel, to go stunt on them hoes, and I want him to fucking shove it down their throat. I would love nothing more. Nothing would make me happier.
But I think the way he just answered that, and he did the glass half empty and not half full there. I think the way he answered that
fucking glass, bro.
I think the way he answered that is how most Giant fans are. We are going into this Dallas game with the idea of like, I don't know. And we should go in there like it's 2000 Minnesota playoff game and be rowdy as hell and be expecting to beat the hell out of Dallas. That's what I'm saying. Why can't we go in there half full instead of half empty? FA.
All right, fuck it.
Because I've never seen him ball against the Cowboys.
Let's start now. FA.
I would love to.
Let's start now.
Let's do it.
I'm on a hype train. I think the Giants can beat the world until they disappoint me. I mean, you see I don't know. You haven't seen my tweets. I had you blocked for a while, Cop. You know that. But
yeah, and so did that. That R0 beat. Yeah, Rob Zero down there. He's got me. He's saying the same stuff. He's like, but we're not. Like, why do you have that attitude? That's such a poor attitude.
I agree. At some point, every team, I mean, we can't lose them every single game, right? Like at some point, the worms got to turn.
Yeah, we got to win.
I think honestly, the most important question that not enough people are asking is, How do you put up with these booger eaters, Cop?
I mean, I'm sorry,
Terminator.
but like when you go to the stadium and you're already like, well, I think we're gonna lose. You might as well just eat your boogers, dude. I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man.
We were all in on fucking a Minnesota game. We had that as a W.
We paid a lot of money to go to that game.
Okay, why did you had that? Because it's Sam Darnold, correct?
Had what?
Yeah.
Okay, I think Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold was playing for some trash organizations, aka the Jets, and he failed. He went to San Fran, chilled out for a little while, right? He's come back and now he's landed in a really nice place where he's got a nice offensive coach, and he probably has the best receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson, and he's got Jordan Addison. Like, he's got a really good team, and like he's balling out. Like that's what I'm saying about Daniel. I'm afraid that Daniel would go to another team and drop into a really nice situation, and all of a sudden we look like fools for not getting something good out of him. When Sam Darnold right now looks fantastic. Like, he looks really good. So, and Minnesota, by the way, it's not a bad loss. Like, maybe it was at first, but it's not a bad loss.
Dude, well, the stadium was emptying out in the third quarter of the first game of the season. That's a bad loss. I don't care.
Well, listen, is our situation much worse than Minnesota right now? We have a good offensive coordinator in Dable. We have what appears to be a stud from LSU, just like Minnesota does.
Yes.
We have a viable offensive line now. Like, there's no excuse. We're running out of things to say. Like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. I keep saying that.
Well, it takes a little. Let's don't forget the man just came off a neck and ACL injury. Like, it's 17 games. Let's calm down on the whole. It ain't draft talk. Let's let the man play it out, just like we said he was going to get anyway.
That's quieted down now.
That's quieted down a little bit. But if they lose to Dallas, which I don't think they are, that's going to be 10 days of hell.
It's going to be hell. It's going to be hell.
And here's the thing: if Daniel plays bad, okay, I get it. He deserves that. But if it's not his fault, if for whatever the defense plays terrible, which, by the way, that is my biggest concern about Thursday night, is our secondary is questionable, although I thought they played a really good game. And Dallas has been prone with Dak to light them up. And I question our young secondary. And if they can hold up, then I think the Giants can win this game. Obviously, we need to have a pass rush, but I am worried about our secondary versus their passing game.
For sure, we need to run the ball. I mean, Dallas has been awful against the run so far. Like, put Singletary to work, put that run game to work. But if Daniel Jones has got to sling it, he's got to make it happen. And you said you don't think we win against Cleveland without Daniel Jones. So why can't he be the reason that we beat Dallas? Now he's coming back from a neck and an ACL, but last week.
As somebody who loves to handicap the games, you're playing at home, short week, division rival. You should win this game.
Yes.
I mean, you should. I mean, so that's why I'm saying if Daniel goes out there and throws 3 picks, then, Friday morning, I don't have a leg to stand on. Period.
Okay.
I
understand
that. Like, I got it.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if he goes out there and throws 3 TDs, don't be jumping on Twitter talking about, oh, Malik Neighbors saved this dude. Malik Neighbors saved him. Don't be doing that. Like, give him his flowers.
I know you see that stuff, and it's out there. But
it is out there. I'm not making that up.
It is. No, I know. I'm agreeing. But it's not us saying that. That's all.
Yeah, that's not.
Giants
I know, but that's why we're here. We're here to talk about that because, this is to me is what Giant fans need. They need to get pro Jones, anti Jones. It needs to be brought together and come and find a conclusion because, again, I still believe this fan base can dictate who is on the field, especially in a key position such as, you saw Mara. He was worried about Barkley leaving, terrified. I know he's thinking about the quarterback position.
Yep.
He has to be.
I agree.
All right, listen. We got 2 more super chats. We gotta get out of here. Do you think DJ wins if Neighbors is gone? That's a question. You know what? I've seen. It's a tough question to have.
Number one, God forbid, because I want Neighbors to be available. But will DJ win? No, listen. That's like saying if DJ's not there, we're not going to win. right? You want your starters to be there, guys. They're starters for a reason.
If
So, of course, without Neighbors, it's going to be a slim chance.
Do you really think that Tommy DeVito makes the throw in the back corner of the end zone?
No. We'll never know.
No, but I mean, honestly, Jay, we're all playing. We're playing poker here, right? We all got our sunglasses on. Are you making that call that Tommy DeVito is making that throw?
Probably not. Probably not.
Come on now. Like, what are we talking about?
No, I'm gonna be honest. No, man. I ain't gonna move the goalposts on you. No, he's not making that throw. No, he's not. Absolutely.
Pandemonium says, apologize to El Jefe. Am I going to speak a little slow and clear?
He typed a little slow.
You have to excuse our friend. He's a little slow. Name one wide receiver that left on New York that's on a roster besides Khalif Raymond. Yeah, listen, I think we all can agree. We have not
done much well. We haven't done much well.
We haven't done much well. We don't do anything right. But we need to get something right.
Shout out.
All right, we're done.
Man.
We're done. We love you guys.
He's the lead right now. Shout out to Fabian, man. If you can, please.
Chiefs Way too.
Chiefs
Way.
Yes.
Chiefs Way. The guy.
No, Fabian. Fabian.
No. No, I know. But shout out to him for giving an A+ effort there. You know, he just got to be
came in with the slam dunk, man. The windmill 360 Vince Carter style. But shout out to you if you can, please. DM us, man, or you can email us at thenyrevival@gmail.com. Again, thenyrevival@gmail.com. Give us your information, the way we can send the autograph Daniel Jones jersey to. Congratulations, being the highest super chat. And also, man, listen, this was a long time coming. I want you guys to understand the behind the scenes effort we put into making this show happen. Shout out to Cop, man, for doing this for Joe. Oh my God, we can't get out of here. We're like Cop Pizzle. This is your fault.
60 minutes. Hey, 60 minutes, boys. This is what it's all about. When you get, you got to understand something. You can't just go 8 minutes and say, "Well, I'm done, honey. I'm out of here." No, you got to go 60. You got to go the full thing.
We go with 60
all these young cats out here think, "Oh, well, this and that." Like, no, man, you got to really finesse this thing.
Yeah.
We go with 60.
Listen, sometimes Sunday night, you've had a long weekend.
That's a bunch of garbage. Both of my kids were made during 60-minute sessions.
All right. Both. All right. Check, please.
Right. Shout out, man. Right now, we got.
Jeff, you want to bring him in?
Get him in there, man. We got Gil, man. Holy crap.
You said you want to
get him in.
Wow.
He went love or hate DJ
on top of it all.
69.
He didn't.
He could have done
he didn't do that on purpose or anything.
I love that. Love or
beat
hate
the Cowboys. Go Giants.
We all hate the Bulls.
Yeah, we all need that shit. We need this win as a fan base. We really do.
It's only fair.
Just as if the Giants lose, it'll be a very long 10 days. It'll be a fucking awesome 10 days if they beat Dallas at home.
So listen, if we win, Cop, we're going on your show, man, and we're going to just be graveling at your feet here. All right, bro? We're going to make this happen, man. But shout out to Gil, man. Please, if you can, DM us or send us an email, brother, at thenyrevival@gmail.com, or you can DM on Twitter at New York Revival, also Instagram at New York Revival _. We do appreciate you. We got one more super chat, and then we're gonna get up out of here unless somebody comes with the slam dunk.
Go Cowboys!
Go Cowboys!
Cowboys!
What? Get that out of here! Wait! I know who that is. Shout out to Desiree, man. Mrs. Pest.
Oh shit! We love Mrs. Pest.
We love Mrs. She's the best.
We love you. We love you. We had
a great time in that Vikings game.
Yes, we did. Go Cowboy. I was like, get out of here. Get her out of here. Dismiss. Yes, shout out to Mr. Press, man, in the building. Always supporting. Thank you so much. But yes, guys, as I was saying behind the scenes, took a little bit of an effort to get here. And I think we all spoke as adults and as men. And we had to actually put Cop on the show, man. Shout out to Cop, man. I think a lot of people don't give Cop credit of what has done for the Giants community. So we just want to say here at the New York Revival, you are the man. Thank you for paving the way for us to do something like this, brother. And many more, man. We're going to do many more like this. We do understand that, Cop is passionate just like us, man. So his views may be a little outlandish, but we just came together and showed you guys that we can make great content for the people, especially for the Giants community. So, Cop, thank you so much, man, for doing this. This was awesome. And I'm just happy we finally got this done, brother. I know you've been asking for a minute, so thank you.
Make no mistake about it. if Daniel has a really good game Thursday night, then Friday morning you belong to me.
Bring it.
You belong to me.
I won't even care. I won't even care.
Bring it. We'll be there.
We get
We'll
that.
be there.
win. We get
We'll
that
be
win.
there.
That's-
Trust
You
me.
belong to me.
I've been
Got
a
you, brother.
sucker for less.
For real. So, guys, stay on, Cop. We'll have you in the background. Stay on. We'll wrap up the show. And we'll talk to you as soon as we wrap up. So just stay on in the background if you can, brother. Guys,
Peace
shout
out,
out. A lot of people came in here and supported. Thank you so much. What numbers, man? Cop said he was the showstopper, the most electrifying man in the Giants community and sports entertainment today. Cop said he did it all, so shout out to Cop, man. He did, man. 837 people in the building. Want to thank you, everyone that hit that thumbs up. Thanks to everyone that subscribed today. Thanks to everyone that had the super chat and also that won the Daniel Jones jersey, man. And of course, man, on behalf of my brothers, man, you guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets. Spee if you nasty.
Let's go.
And my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka the new 60-minute man in the building.
New sketch out tomorrow, baby.
Yes.
I got a fresh one for you.
And of course, it's your boy Eli Rax, aka Vibes. We see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
Go Giants. Beat the fucking Cowboys.
Beat the
Let's go.
Fucking
Let's go.
Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Woodward Roll!
Let's go.